Okay, everyone. So this is my class. The QBZ-83. This is a really good gun. Let me tell you that, with the right attachments, as I should say. The optic I use is the mill stop reflex. The reason why I use this one is because it gives you a feel where you can aim down sights with no problem aiming, no slow ADS, no recoil problems. It's just a great scope and all. I would use it over any of these scopes. So I would, if you want to copy this down, the mill stop reflex is the best. So the muzzle I use is the muzzle brake 5.56. Really, there's no way to say, oh yeah, the muzzle is which one's the best. So really, this one I just picked it because I felt like it would give me the best result out of all of these. The barrel, well, I used a 13.7 cavalry Lancer, because I felt like it, with the vehicle damage plus 200%, I had to use that. I felt like that was really good in case, I'm in like fire team and something like that, and it could do massive damage. Good about damage, as I should say. I can't say massive about, but yeah, that's why I use it. The foregrip for my underbarrel, the reason why I use this one is because this is your standard underbarrel, because it's your standard one. Like, of all the years I've played, I've really have never used any different type of barrel. So I use the foregrip. I feel like it give you the best outcome out of it. And for the handle, by the way, I don't use the magazine or body. I feel like if you want to, you could use the magazine, but you're gonna have to add some stuff on that, because I feel like you should have these 5. And now the handle, I use the speed grip. Reason why, the aim down sight time is really good. This paired up with the scope that I use, the mill stop reflex, really does help. It's almost a cheat code. So if I'm you, I'm gonna go use that. I feel like this would be great. With the 3 mags and the 30 rounds per mag, I think this would be a really good gun. Which I know I know it's a good gun because I've used it in my live streams. You know how dangerous this gun is in my live streams. I mean, no recoil, and it shoots like an SMG, and from range it has deadly damage. So I'd use it if I was you. You could cop it down, and yeah. So I'll write on the screen right here. On the screen, I'll write what you should have on these in case you would cop this down. And well, I know you guys. Now this one is kind of hard to use. The minute of angle, this is actually a Pellington. It's just that the minute of angle is just a little bit better. It's like a different type. And so the optic, the muzzle, the magazine, handle, stock, and all that I use for the sniper rifle, Pellington, I use the Vision Tech 2 times because, well, I feel like out of all of these, this one's really good. If you want to, like, let's just say, like, okay, let's just say, if someone's like staying still, you have like one of those like scopes that really are zoomed in, and right when you're about to take a shot, they move just a little bit. You miss that shot, you alert them, you alert your position to everyone. Next, you're going to be in trouble. The Vision Tech, I just feel like, despite it not being like a Cobra or anything like that, but not Cobra. Here, the Royal and Cross 4 times is the best example. The Vision Tech just feels best, I feel like with the Royal, it is super good and all, but it doesn't feel like a Vision Tech. It doesn't feel like a Pellington type. It feels like more of a Tundra scope. By the way, the Royal and Cross, if you will use that, you could use that. It's really good, but I'd rather use the Vision Tech. That's just me. But for muzzle, I use the stabilizer .30 with the 308. I know a lot of people get upset when I say, well, if anyone says like O instead of 0. I kind of have that, but sometimes I will say it myself. So the reason why I use this is because it just really, with all of these guns, and this is just you guys right here, just for you to find your best class, you can't just look from someone else's. I'm giving you guys like an example of like this is a class that some people might like, you know, a gun that might be really good. And I feel like you guys should use it if you want to. If you're still looking for the right class and all, this is what fits me best. And if you fit my playstyle with attacking a lot, these would be the best. Or if you want to play passive and fire team or something like that, the Pellington is the way to go. And this is my class for the Pellington. So the stabilizer .308 is a pretty good, you know, muzzle. I'd say it's just feels right. You know, it helps you with, you know, this and that. You know, it's a lightweight muzzle. Break reduces weapons weight. That's what they say about it, and it really does help a lot. You know, with snipers, a problem with like scopes and all that is that they like to sway a lot. And so with this stabilizer .308, it helps that a little bit. It helps it, and that's why I don't have a problem with my sniper moving a lot, is because of this muzzle right here. So if we go all the way down to magazine, I use the fast loader, and this one right here has no additional like rounds or anything like that in the mag. The reason why is because I feel like with the 7 round, like like you got 4 mags, the chances of you just, you know, killing people and not dying and using up all of your bullets, that's kind of rare. But the reason why I use the fast loader is because of the reload quickness. I feel like to be able to dominate in your sniping game, I feel like the fast loader is what you really need. Because the 7 round, the only problem with that is the reload quickness is not that good. And same in the 7 round speed mag, it's not as bad with the reload quickness, but it still damages a lot. Even though it does add also. But the fast loader just adds nothing else. It's your base magazine, you know? But for handle, this is what I've always used, honestly. The field tape is, it's just something that, you know, it helps you a lot with the flinch resistance. It helps you with this. It helps you with that. It gives you confidence. Like the speed tape, the problem with that is your accuracy. Drop shot wrap, same with that. This just adds in. I know a problem with a lot of players nowadays is they like to go extreme. They like to be like, you know, I shoot bombs out of this, you know, in my gun and all that. Sometimes you just need the basic, and the basic right here pops out because I'm not using some like bombs coming out my muzzle and my optics somehow. I'm not doing that. So this is why I feel like there's a big problem with, you know, the Call of Duty community. They go overboard. Sometimes you just need the original. So that's what I really wanted to recreate with this class. That was my goal. Because you always want a goal, you know, with, you know, just your gun and all that. So I use the field tape. That's the original magazine. The magazine is a little bit of a booster, but at the same time, it still feels like the original, except it's actually an upgrade still. Stabilizer, same with that. You know, the optic vision tech 2 times. Same with that. Now, if we go to the stock, we have the duster pad. And the duster pad, in my opinion, I use because of slide speed. I know with a lot of people, they have a problem with how, like, they don't use the stock that much. And with me, I feel like I don't really use the body that much for it. You know, if you want to use the body, you can. After all, everyone has a different class that they need, and yet they're still looking for that. I feel like this is my class because if you don't know, if you never watched my BO4 series, I had a SMG. I can't quite remember its name, but that SMG was my SMG. That was the one that fit my playstyle the best. That's why I was able to dominate. Now with this, I just feel like I don't need a body nor underbarrel nor a barrel. So I feel like, you know, with the stock, that the duster pad, it just helps, you know, with the slide speed. It helps you a lot. And it's not to add on, it's a more of an original type. So if I'm you, this is what I'd use, you know. I'll put on the screen one more time for all the stuff. I'll put on the left side the QBZ-83 and what you should put on that. Well, at least for my opinion. And the sniper rifle alpha, also known as the minute angle, which also means the, the Pellington. I'd put on the right. And so, for me, the tactical lethal part, this is still big. I know a lot of people like to skip on this a lot. I don't use stuns a lot because I feel like stuns are not powerful enough. Yeah, they are good now. They got, I feel like, a big buff in Cold War, but they still can't overdo what the stim shot can do. The stim shot, I feel like, is big. If you could get under, by cover, and you'll be able to heal yourself quicker, that is what you need to be in case they're rushing to you, and you be able to surprise them because you're already ready. You know, you're already healed up. They're expecting you to be low, so you know you can surprise them. And the Simtex, I feel like that's really good because original frag. The problem with them is, well, the frag, it's not a stick grenade or anything like that, like the Simtexes. If you hit someone with the Simtex, it would just say it's a suicide bomb, you know? If you have to throw it real quick to at least get the kill, a Simtex is the way you do it. You know, you hit it on someone, that person's dead guaranteed now. Unless they have a flak jacket, of course, because flak jacket is broken. And the proximity mine I use because in case I am using a stim shot and I want not get in a fight with my enemy quite yet, a big way to get an advantage is a proximity mine. You put it right there, not that much people are going to expect it. Boom! Next thing you know, it hits them real hard, it could kill them. I wouldn't though get too confident with the proximity mine. It's just that the others just don't feel like good enough yet, unless you're the trophy system type of dude and you're like on hardpoint or something like that. Then this is the way you go. But man, that's me personally. The gas mine, despite it being like really powerful, I still don't think it's good enough. And now if we go to the perks, for perk 1, I do use the flak jacket. If you guys know, the paranoia is not bad, nor the engineer really is just not that big or anything like that. But the flak jacket just overpowers them by a long shot because the flak jacket, if you have like a explosive, you're not going to be able to do that much. I mean, even the combat bow looks like a little weakling compared to the flak jacket. It's just too good, you know? It just feels like you can't overpower someone with the flak jacket. It's right now really broken. If someone hits you with a grenade, hopefully the flak jacket could save you. Sometimes if you have like a Semtex and they hit you with it, you will die sometimes. But despite that, the flak jacket does help with the explosives and the Molotov and combat bow, which is really big. And that's for perk 1. The perk 2, I use tracker. For perk 2, really, I like there's an assassin and all, which it's not that bad. The gearhead I really don't use. It's not my type of playstyle. If this was BO4, then I would maybe think about it. But scavenger, replenish ammo from fallen players. This can be helpful if you have like the QBZ and you're on fire, but it just doesn't feel like it yet. Tracker helps you track your enemies, of course by its name and all. But but with the tracker, it's always kind of been your thing you want to use because in case someone's able to escape and get out of your field of view just for a moment, you're able to look on the ground for a split second and it leads you right to their point. And I know one tip that I will be doing pretty soon, I'll give this to you guys early, is when you're entering a room, which is say if you're on Nuketown, you're entering one of the houses, and you're on the top story, you know someone's there. Expect them to be on, if you're on like the yellow house, look at the right side. You don't have to enter, you can just look at the right side and then immediately slide in and then look at the left side. And if you're able to see them and you have the QBZ, you should be able to delete them unless they immediately track you. But that's rare when it happens. So tracker, really good. I would use it if I was you. That's my type of play style. You know, I want to track enemies down. I could use this sucker. I know how to enter a room properly and still be able to do a lot of damage. I know the field of view from the room and all. So for perk 3, I used really the Gung Ho. Despite it sounding really good and all, because it first off has Ho in it, it really wasn't powerful enough. It felt like it was a disappointment. Really, it wasn't a disappointment. It had like no hopes at all. But let's just act for it just for its name. The Gung Ho was basically supposed to be Tom Brady, except nobody likes Tom Brady unless you're a Patriots fan or Tampa Bay. I don't know. No one likes Tom Brady though, unless you're a Patriots or a Buccaneers fan. This was supposed to be it, just because of its name. No one ever expected it to be good, but I'm just saying it because it's my rule and it's my house now. Okay, but Ghost, Ghost is not bad. I if if a lot of your enemies are using spy planes and all of that, then Ghost wouldn't be too bad. But at the same time, spy plane does not. It's not something that attacks you. It's only a little perk to the other team's advantage. It's not gonna be able to shift gravity to the other side of the team, and you guys have a disadvantage. That's not it. It's the Ghost is really not available to do that. I really don't feel like it's good enough for you to use it over and what I'm using, Cold-Blooded. Cold-Blooded was what I say one of the best perks to use in Modern Warfare, mostly because, people used AI-controlled score streaks a lot, and how, if people have, like, a thermal, which was very popular in Modern Warfare, and it still is, because Modern Warfare is also still in its prime, except Cold War is right now the prime. If you're a Modern Warfare player, Cold Blood you still should use. It's really effective. It helps you a lot against thermal players. It's going to be hard to see you, but they'll still be able to spot you. Don't think you're totally invisible to a thermal. They're still going to be able to spot you, but it's not going to have a heat signature on you. So Cold-Blooded I use a lot if this is for Modern Warfare and Cold War players, because the Cold-Blooded perk is just really good. It helps you a lot with a lot of stuff and all. So if I was you, I'd use it. That's just my playstyle. It's aggressive. So Ninja Spycraft, that really isn't that much. And yeah, really the perks, Flak Jacket, Tracker, and Cold Blood, you can see right there on the screen. From the perks side, I'm not gonna probably edit that part. In because you can see it, and all. But for the wild cards, not cars. No, it's not no Lamborghini or something like that. Actually that cool with that Lamborghini part. But Lawbreaker, in my opinion, I really love, because if you're a type of person that likes to play aggressive and sometimes play caution, or if you just don't want a bum of a secondary weapon, use Lawbreaker. It literally is so effective, and everyone uses it for how great it is, because if you think about it, well, Lawbreaker, it's just it's not even broken, it's just how Call of Duty should be. It helps a lot, Gunfire, if you want to, Gunfighter, as I should say, if you want to, like, unlock a camo, I know there's, like, a camo where you have to have all attachments, and boom, you're ready and all that. Gunfire would be the one you have to use for that, but, per greed, per greed's not bad. It's not, I'm not gonna lie. You could use it if you want, but Lawbreaker just seems way more better. It's not like you're gonna be able to clap someone easily when they have a whole AR and you just have a rocket launcher. Come on, let's admit that. But Lawbreaker I would use in a heartbeat, so, that's just my opinion. That's my class and all. If you guys want to cop it down, you can go back through, like, 3 minutes ago, go through over the thing again. You can pause the video, and be able to tell which, attachments I use and all, and what gun I use. And just for another moment, if you're still stuck on the minute of angle and you're wondering what gun that is, then hear me out. The Pellington. So, the Pellington you have to use, of course, the legendary minute of angle, that you're probably not going to have, and if you do, I'd put it on, the Tundra's also not that bad, but I use the Pellington. So, later on, in dude, okay, hold on, let me redo that outro. I gotta, after all, replace my outro, because Sony won't hold on, let me get my mic close. Sony won't remember my intro, nor outro, nor any other transitions I had. So yeah, pretty depressing. I'm trying to work that out right now, but it's gonna be a little bit maybe before I do that. I had a new intro, it was sick. Okay, I can't wait. Instead, I'll be using some montages and all that. So if you want to see that, like this video and subscribe, and I will see you next time, and see you.